This week, the Canadian Maneuver Training Centre in Wainwright is in full force, readying the last battle group to deploy to Afghanistan. The 2-week training program is involved, to put it mildly. The grounds have been transformed into a replica of Afghanistan and filled with Afghan actors so soldiers can live through recreated scenes they might encounter while in theatre. Whitney Stinson brings us there.
This is a funeral procession for a local leader's daughter. She was run over by a Canadian Forces vehicle, leaving the mood in this village tense and giving the Taliban an opportunity to retaliate. The car bomb injured 3 Canadian soldiers and they counted about 20 civilian casualties. Of course, this is just a training exercise. The guns are linked to the vests and the sophisticated laser tag system simulates live fire. But this is not a game.
They practice us for any eventuality that we might be able to face in Afghanistan.
Lieutenant Greaves is training for his first tour. So far, he's impressed with the training, but is still dealing with the biggest learning curve of this entire war.
The culture, it's completely different from what we have here in Canada, and so it has been, especially here, where there are people from Afghanistan who do play the roles, and it really makes us think and respond to the cultural nuances that exist.
The Canadian military has shifted their training from combat to humanitarian operations. Officials say this 2-week-long exercise will focus soldiers on rebuilding the infrastructure of the local population.
Also knowing how each bullet has its own effect, and if we can get task forces into theaters that don't fire a bullet, we are that much further along in actually achieving the desired end state, I think.
Training officials go into theater every 6 months to learn what's going on with insurgents and to get an update on the state of relations between the local and coalition forces. They use that information to plan the training program, replicating exactly what's on the ground.
The Canadian area of responsibility has shrunk, so we have taken that into consideration as we've written this exercise for them, and as the exercise plays out, it's reflecting what they're going to see when they do arrive.
Although these actors are given specific parts to play, the exercise is free-flowing. The actors react to how the soldiers treat them.
Learning and knowing how the Afghans feel and think is very important, and through lessons, through scenarios, to our training, through the reality of what is replicated here on the ground, we try to achieve that cultural awareness.
The battalion preparing for war is made up of 1,400 soldiers, most from Valcartier, Quebec. For half of them, this will be their first tour, but they're the last combat group to be sent over. A point of pride that once they leave the training area, they have one final chance to make a difference.
Everyone is anxious to make sure that the lasting impression is a good one, and that we go there, we do our jobs, and everyone comes home.
In Wainwright, Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.